tomorrow night.
Do you think I don't know land when I see it?
But you haven't tried to grow potatoes there yet, Joe. How do you know unless you
Because I
try?
know!
Joe takes a gamble.
That's a good idea, Bob.
A gamble that realizes his life's ambition.
15 shillings a hundredweight in Sydney.
Oh, Joe!
But the road to success would tear apart the deep spirit that forged this lifelong dream.
I think we'll go home today, Joe.
Tomorrow night, the conclusion to Henry Lawson's Joe Wilson.
Load of flour on the wagon.
It's out of my way, and
You never take notice of him, Joe. You're full of schemes for the future. But you'll be an old man and Jim will be a young one before you realize you had a child once. And then it'll be too late.
Joe soon realizes where his true priorities lie.
quite warm enough, Jim.
Yes, Dad.
Jim, last time you were sick, you took your toys and a kitten to bed. Do you remember?
I'm warm enough, Dad.
Oh, God! Don't take my child!
A valuable lesson that nearly came too late.
It's over. He's all right.
Billy Spicer, what's happened? What do you want?
Bushfire.
Mother Nature wields her mighty sword as the enduring and genuine close-knit community fight to save their heritage. But from the tragedy comes the joy of a newborn for Joe and Mary.
It's a little girl.
And tonight,
All you have to do is just dig up the ground and put the potatoes in it.
But it's not rich enough and too dry. I tell you, you need swampy ground for potatoes. Do you think I don't know land when I see it?
But you haven't tried to grow potatoes there yet, Joe. How do you know unless
Because
you
I
try?
know!
Joe takes a gamble.
I've got an old iron plough and harrow in the yard. You can have it for £8.
A gamble that for once pays off.
The finest crop of potatoes ever seen in this district bought 15 shillings a hundredweight in Sydney.
Joe's true Australian dream takes them to a new life and new prospects.
The beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God.
Is Mrs. Spicer at rest now? We must hope so. Do you remember what she said to me, Joe? Mrs. Wilson, I'm generally that tired at night, but I'm fit nothing. Oh, Joe, you must take us away from the bush.
I'll make things brighter, Mary. Just wait till the new house is built.
Maggie?
Mary, Joe, James.
James, that was very unkind.
Damn, Maggie.
James, you can't...
I said damn.
Look here, Mary. You've not spoken to me since Mrs. Spicer's funeral yesterday. I want to know why.
No. You look here, Joe Wilson. If we're to stay in this place, we're to make more money out of it.
Don't I always say I'll make things better?
You're like all the farmers out here who never get a new idea. You go on farming in the same old way, putting the same old crops in year after year. You sow wheat. If it comes on anything like the thing, you thresh it. If it doesn't, you mow it in for hay. Some others don't even have the brains to do that in time. I've been looking at this flat bit of land that you've cleared. And it strikes me it wouldn't be a half-bad idea to get a bag of sweet potatoes and have the land ploughed. Old Corny George would do it cheap and we could get the spuds in at once. They've been here all round the last couple of years.
You're talking nonsense.
Why?
Because the ground's no good for potatoes.
Why not?
The district's too dry. Everyone's tried and made nothing of it.
Well, the more reason why you should try, Joe. Just try one crop. It might rain for weeks and then you'll be sorry you didn't take my advice.
But I tell you, the ground's no good for potatoes.
How do you know?
Because I've turned up the surface. I've looked at it.
But you haven't sown any yet. All you have to do is just dig up the ground and put the potatoes in it.
But it's not rich enough and too dry. I tell you, you need swampy ground for potatoes. Do you think I don't know land when I see it?
But you haven't tried to grow potatoes there yet, Joe. How do you know unless
Because
you try?
I know! Don't drive me so. I won't listen.
Sit down for tea, Jim.
Mary, have you been wearing my new boots?
Boots?
They're not where I left them.
Sit down if you want your tea.
Most days she puts them back before you get home.
What?
That's a nonsense. Kiss me goodbye.
I never like to go off in a huff. I'm miserable for the whole trip.
Look here, though, Joe. If you bring a bag of seed potatoes, James and I will slice them and old Corny George could bring his plough up in the dray.
I'll see about it.
Think it over on the road.